Alright, you guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out the Olight Baton Turbo. Bought this on their 18th anniversary. And I think we've reviewed this on the channel before. We just have a different color. I don't remember the specs. They don't print them on the box for some reason. But let's go ahead and get into this. So the seal's still sealed. I'm going to pull on this guy here. Let's see here. Got this empty box over here, but I want to make sure not toss that out. That would not be good. Alright. So here's your, you want to pull this one straight out. You've got your README here, and it's actually very important to read these, especially if you're a new time user for these lights. So this reads that before first use, please unscrew the body and remove the insulating film. If the battery needs to be replaced, make sure that the negative end of the new battery faces the flashlight head when you put it in. And then it says, please ensure that the flashlight is fully charged before turning on for first time. And then use it charging cables. So these are all standard magnetic. And then it says, please lock the flashlight as left unused, carries, or transported. And yes, I've had some flashlights that accidentally got turned on and burnt, burn a hole through the sheaths. So that is actually really smart to say. Alright, so we got our user manual here. Got your warnings, you got your user manual. I think this is new. I don't think the last one that we bought came with a little pouch. Oh, I opened this up backwards. This one's got a nice little pouch. So that's sweet. I don't know if I have one of these. I'm going to have to look. I don't remember. Oh, you know what? That's why I don't remember, because the last light, the wifey took it. So now I've got my own. Sweet. That's a nice little fire kit pouch. Well, I guess we're going to start off with the accessories. So these are pretty standard with the Olight, which I'm starting to really like. They're basically universal. This is your charging cable, and it's magnetic, and they basically fit on any of the lights. See, like that one here, but it'll work on this one. And even on this guy, see, it has its own charging port, but it's one really, they have a lot of different charging options for these lights. So really, it's a really cool thing that they do, because, you got all these different charging cables, or you just can have one and throw it in your bag. So I've got, I'm amassing a lot of those now. Now I've got your lanyard, typical lanyard. Let's see what this is. This is going to be a, what this is going to be not an extension, but an adapter for a CR123A battery. So you can use two different batteries in this light. The one what it comes with, I don't remember, or a CR123A, and this is basically just the sleeve that it pops into. It's just like an adapter. So here is the light. Really cool EDC size lights. And if I remember correctly, these suckers got a lot of power on them for their size. Oh, look at that. That is way cooler than the last one. So, patience is virtue, like they say. So I waited and I got, look at that. I don't know. I really like that design. It pops. Two-way pocket clip, which is really nice. Nice and sturdy. Baton Turbo. Maybe the other one that we were looking at wasn't turbo. I'll have to look. Here's your, I like how it's recessed. Harder to turn on. Not impossible, but harder. So these indicator lights here are going to be your what mode of your light you're on, and then over here is your battery indicator. Very top is going to be 100%. It's going to be your 75, 50, and 25. So really cool little light, man. The camera doesn't do it justice. This blue is super shiny. The orange isn't as shiny as the blue, but it pops. I like that. Not sure why you'd carry it in a pouch except for transportation, but there's your size comparison. I got plans for that pouch. Let's go ahead and pull this guy off. So you got your heat sinking here, which is, you know, adequate for the size. I think this is like a hard plastic here. I don't think it's metal. So let's go ahead and see about that battery. You're going to unscrew your head here. And then you've got your insulating film. Spring is nice and tight. Gives you negative side battery. That's where because funny thing about Olight is their batteries actually run backwards. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But anyway, this is an 18350. So you can actually run the CR 18350 or the CR1. You can run the 18350 or the CR123A. So what I mean, usually when you put batteries in, you put it down just like this, with the nipple facing up. But with Olight, you nipple facing down. So technically, a lot of people think it's backwards. Well, it is actually backwards. But all right, let's see what we've got here. We've got a 75% charge. Ooh. Alright, so there's your low mode, as you can see by your indicators. And there's medium, high, and then double click for turbo. And that sucker is putting out a lot for this size. Oh. And it's got a nice beam on it. I can actually feel the heat from my hand this far away. So, yeah, that's puts out a lot of light for. I'm going to EDC this thing for a while, for sure. I'm going to check out these specs and see what we've got on here. Let's see here. Alright, this is what we want. So, moonlight mode. If moonlight mode, you want to hold it down the power until it comes on. And that is literally your moonlight mode. So moonlight mode is 1 lumen. 1 whole lumen. Alright, and low mode. So that's excuse me, that's 10 lumens. 60 lumens at medium. And that'll actually run for 10 hours. And honestly, that's enough light to get around on the trail. And the reason why that lumen looks a lot brighter than my other one is just because of the reflector. Look at the size of that reflector. So high, 300 lumens will run for 103 minutes on 300 lumens, and then turbo 1000 lumens. It'll run at 100% for 2.5 minutes, and then it will reduce itself to 38% of that 1000 turbo for 92 minutes. I'd like to know how to Yeah, how do you lock this sucker? Alright, so it's just going to hold it down and probably until it blinks. No? Alright, it doesn't have an indicator to lock, but it's definitely locked. You just hold it down for like 3 or 4 seconds. Let's hold it down. Okay, so basically how to lock this light is, see, that's unlocked, that's moonlight mode. So when moonlight mode is engaged, let's actually, alright, so when you were to lock the light, saw that on the screen there, it was kind of tripping me out. So basically, you know how to lock, this will lock when you hold it down and you see moonlight mode, and when it turns off. When it turns off, it's locked. So you're locked out. You got nothing. See? So it's 1, 2, it's like 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3. So 3 seconds for lock. 2 seconds for unlock. 1, 2. So cool stuff. Nice little light. Is there anything else that we need to know on here? Gives you some basic stuff here. Changing the brightness. Auto shut off function. Yeah, I don't know about that. Strobe mode. Yeah, so got all different kinds of brightness. Yeah, I don't know about that auto shut off. I don't know what that means. Guess it's just on a timer. Never seen that before. But anyway, if you guys are interested in this light as well, you know the drill. It's going to be in the link in the description. I'm not sponsored by Olight, but I do like their products and want to give you guys some quality options. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by hitting the Super Thanks button. And also don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell and the like button. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. So until next time, y'all have a good one.